In this lesson, we're going to convert between the metric and American systems. Some American conversions that you're going to have memorized are 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. 1 pound, 16 ounces. 1 mile is 5,280 feet. 1 foot is 12 inches. 1 yard is 3 feet or 36 inches. 1 pint is 2 cups. And a quart has 2 pints. And a gallon has 4 quarts. These on the bottom you should know. 1 day is 24 hours. An hour is 60 minutes. A minute, 60 seconds. And we're going to go ahead and go to the full days or around it. 1 year is 365 days. Yes, it's 365 and a quarter. We're just going to say 365 though. Three conversions to go from metric to American. We have length is 2.54 centimeters is 1 inch. So if you're given a metric unit and you're trying to go to American, you have to get it to centimeters. Or if you were given American and trying to go to metric, you would have to get that American unit to inches. Mass is 454 grams equal 1 pound. So metric you would get to grams, or American get to pounds, and then you can convert between them. And finally, volume, 1.06 quarts is 1 liter. So on our first sample, we're converting 4.10 miles to millimeters. So this is length. For length, I have to have centimeters or inches. Since I'm starting with miles, I'm going to have to get miles to inches because that's the American unit. So just like before, we got 4.10 miles. Miles has to go on bottom. If I look at my conversions, the only place I have miles is this conversion. So I have to convert miles to feet first. There's 1 mile for every 5,280 feet. Now I'm at feet. So feet's going to go on bottom. And I look at my conversions. I have feet to yards or feet to inches. Well, I'm trying to get to inches, so I'm going to use this conversion. So 1 foot is 12 inches. Now that I have it in inches, which is what I wanted, I can use my metric to American conversion. And for every 1 inch, there's 2.54 centimeters. This is the only time that metric is not going to necessarily have a 1 in front of it. And that's because, again, 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. It's only when it's metric to metric when you have to figure out where the 1 goes. In all of these, it's just write what the definition is. We're trying to go to millimeters. And so now it's just what we did in the previous video of metric to metric. Centimeters, because it's prefix to prefix, we have to go to meters first. And then meters to millimeters. Ones go with prefixes. The definition of centi was 1 times 10 to the negative 2. While the definition of milli was 1 times 10 to the negative 3. Now we're going to plug this in. If you multiply across the top and divide the bottom, then that works. You can also multiply all the way across the top, multiply all the bottom, and then divide them, but make sure that you don't round if you do it that way. in the calculator. But we're going to look back over here, and we had 3 significant figures to start with. That 8 rounds that 9 up to a 10. And so we get 6.60 times 10 to the 6 millimeters. Okay, on this one, we are starting with 3.92 yards. Yards and picometers are again length. So I'm trying to get centimeters or inches. I was given yards, which is an American unit. So I'm trying to get to inches. If we look, the only ones that have yard is this one. I'm trying to get to inches, so 1 yard is 36 inches. Now that I'm at inches, I can use my metric to American. 1 inch, 2.54 centimeters. And finally, now it's just metric to metric, centimeters to picometers. Convert to base. And then plug your ones in with your prefixes. Definition of those prefixes. Multiply and divide. We had 3 significant figures to start with. Don't forget your units. And that's our answer. Go ahead and try this one on your own. Restart when you have an answer. First, we're given grams, grams and ounces. So that's mass. So I'm looking for grams or pounds. I was already given grams, so I can go directly into my metric American. There's 454 grams in 1 pound. I know I need a conversion with pounds in it. 1 pound is 16 ounces. So now I just need to solve. I have 3 significant figures. And so either of those are correct. 6.17 times 10 to the 4th ounces. Go ahead and try this last one on your own, or restart when you have your answer. We have mass, so we need either pounds or grams. We were given pounds, so we can go straight into our metric American. And now that we have metric, we can just do a metric conversion, grams to picograms. You will not find this one on the chart that we just wrote. Remember, the 1 goes with the prefix. and pico is 1 times 10 to the negative 12. We need 3 significant figures. And don't forget your units.